Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Hello. I hope y'all enjoyed NXT because NXT was a amazing PLE. Let's get into it. Okay, first things first. NXT's PLE No Mercy. It kicked off with Javon Evans versus Josh Briggs. Excellent match again. Javon Evans just wrestling not but a few hours ago on SmackDown. Excellent match with Sami Zayn, and then to come back and put on this banger with Josh Briggs really shows this boy's fortitude and what he's capable of and how well he performs while under pressure. He had to fly because I don't know where they were Friday night SmackDown. But that's a lot. You get into a grueling match with Sami Zayn. A few hours later, you got to head to Fort Lauderdale so you can make it to NXT. Baby, that's a lot. Yeah, you're good. Okay. You can go home, baby. You got your wave cap at home? Okay, make sure you put it on before you go to bed. Okay, y'all, sorry, I have my nephew. But man, when I tell you that this match was so much fun to watch, I was doing my nephew's hair at the time, so I couldn't do any commentary. I wanted to, but my nephew come first. Okay, I love my babies. Anyways, this match was fun. If I had to give it a rating, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 full on. I think Josh Briggs did his job. He wasn't a bad wrestler, although they were chanting at him that he couldn't wrestle, which I thought was hilarious. But for the most part, he performed exceptionally well. I had no issues with how he performed against Javon. He took it to Javon, made himself into a big man, wrestling a high flyer, hybrid style wrestler. And Javon Evans rose to the occasion to be able to take down what he would be considered against a Goliath. Okay. So kudos to you, Javon Evans, for pulling out the W, which you rightfully deserved. Okay. And we're going to move on to the next match. Yes, we are. Okay. Now, the Speed Championship match was supposed to be between Sol Ruka and Lainey Reed, but for whatever reason, Lainey Reed got injured. She got injured during her match, during her training for this particular match, and she was wearing some type of boot during the interview backstage. After we found out what happened to Lainey, they did explain it on commentary as well, but she is kayfabe injured, and I'll explain that in a minute when we get to the other matches. But Sol Ruka ended up competing against Jada Parker. Now, in that match with Jada Parker, Sol Ruka and Jada did what they always do. It was an okay match. Was it stellar, knock it out the park, amazing? No, but it was a solid match for the card. They didn't dull the show. They didn't overhype the show. They gave it just enough to keep the momentum going. This led to Lash Legend coming out there and giving Jada Parker enough distraction to cost her this match. Lash suffered a spear via Zarya, which really wasn't her fault. Jada Parker moved out the way, but ultimately, Jada Parker lost to Sol Ruka. Time ran out, so Ruka was able to retain her championship. And it is what it is. She got it on the pin, I believe. I don't think time ran out where she couldn't, continue the match. But I think Soul got it on the pin. I think if I'm wrong, somebody will correct me. Okay. But anyways, this was a good setup. Okay, this was really good. I enjoyed watching Lash come out there and take out Jada Parker because right now I have no love lost for Jada Parker. Okay. But she didn't do bad in the match, but she wasn't stellar or amazing either. She just did what she always does, coast right on that good enough to make it on the PLE card line, if that makes sense. So we're going to move on. Because I believe that they did the women's match for the steel cage third. This was so much fun. Oh my God. She won via pinfall. Thank you, Kayla. I thought she did. This was so much fun. When I tell you that Jordynne Grace and Blake were in there giving it their all, this match was fun. It wasn't as brutal as I thought it was going to be, but I didn't need any blood for this to be good. And that was one thing that I feared. Y'all know Blake don't mind bleeding, okay? And neither does Jordynne Grace, if we being fair. But the girls went in there and was still doing everything. And you know what I liked? They put their signature on this match. Specifically, Blake did. Blake went in. She had the chairs and bats and stuff that was around the cage, all pink, decked out with her logo and face. She had a bag of diamonds and jewels instead of thumbtacks and shit. I thought that was so clever. It was so cute. And I was like, okay. Not only that, but Blake came out there dressed like a Dudley boy. If you really looked, you kind of squinted, you're like, oh, yeah, I see what you was trying to do. I see what you was trying to do, ma'am. That's how she came out there dressed. So there was tables involved. It was chaos. Blake cut Jordynne Grace's weave. I'm going to tell y'all right now, that was not that lady's real hair. Okay. She had what we call latch hook braids, but they just wasn't braided. The hair was latched hooked onto her braided hair. Okay. And so it looked like it was her hair. Whoever did it did a very good job. But your girl be looking real close. Okay. I be looking real close and I can see. I know a latch hook braid when I see one. And that's exactly what she had. But it was amazing. It was a good call. It was a good setup. Because Blake had that girl's hands tied with a hairdryer wire. And then she cut that poor baby's hair. Oh! Now, one thing about it, and two things for sure. One thing I can't stand is I'm a black woman, okay? So you cannot touch my hair, okay? So if we in a ring and you cut my hair, weave or no, oh, it's a death sentence for you, baby. That's over. We're done. But Jordynne got mad enough to break free from the hairdryer restraints and she went after Blake. The girls ended up fighting even more and it led to the two of them being on top of the cage, to which Blake threw powder in Jordynne's face. And I thought it was over for Jordynne right here. Okay, because once that powder hit, I said, oh, bitch, it's over. She about to win. But Jordynne was able to pull it out. Slam Blake through the damn table. Not only that, but before that, she hit Blake right on them damn jewels she poured out. It was a nasty fight. But ultimately, the girls went through the table together. Jordynne put her arm over Blake, and it was murder, she wrote. Jordynne Grace beat Blake, and now the fight is over. And we gonna see where Blake is gonna go next because, baby, listen. When we get to the title match, I'm going to explain why I believe The title is being saved for Blake specifically. Okay, we're gonna explain it. Hold on, let me take a little quick break. Not cut the fuck out the hair. You cut that girl's hair. No, not the inches. Cut her hair off, baby. Cut it off. I was like, oh my God. Yes. The Dudley look is confirmed. Called it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Girly pop violence. That was a very good description of it. It was so girl coded, but it was still violent. It was still fucking crazy. And it was good. And the one thing I liked about it is there was no blood. That nobody had to bleed. At least from what I saw. Maybe there might have been a scratch here or a little bit of a bump on the nose there. But from what I saw, I didn't see any blood. And they still made it look brutal enough to the point where you're wincing and you're looking away. They did an excellent job. And I'm glad that Mariah, because I like calling her Mariah. So pardon me if I switch between Blake and Mariah. Mariah really honed in on her Woman from Hell, and I'm so glad that they brought that to NXT because that is a part of the fabric of who she is as a wrestler, and I don't want her to ever calm that character at all. I don't give a fuck what Triple H say. Go out there and do everything he say do. Just do everything he say, the exact opposite. Do the exact opposite of what that nigga say. Because you'll fuck around and get buried fucking with him. Seeing Blake cutting Jordan's hair gave me flashbacks when some dumb bitch cut 6 inches off my hair in middle school so she can try to make a wig. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. It would have been hell to pay fucking with me. You enjoyed it too? It was cutesy and violent, my favorite. That's facts. It was good. It was amazing. I loved it. My least favorite match on the card was this match, but it wasn't because it wasn't good. I just wasn't interested. And I knew that Ethan Page was going to retain. Two things are probably going to happen here with Ethan Page. He either is going to drop this title to El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., or Javon Evans is going to get this title at some point, which I would prefer. The title haven't been on a workhorse champion in a while. The last one that where the fuck is Wesley at? Where is he? I haven't seen that man in forever. Where is he at? Oh my gosh. I just thought about that. That just popped into my head. Like, where the fuck is you at? Where are you? She's just the best evil ass bitch for no reason. And I love that for Blake. I think Tony D'Angelo's going up to the main roster personally. Anywhoosies, let's get to this match. Now, in the back, Lola Vice saw Laney Reed talking to the backstage correspondent, and basically, I think her name is Sarah. I don't know. And basically, Lola told her, like, hey, fam, keep your head up. You'll get back to that title. Don't worry about it. You know, you'll heal and get back to it. And she was just like, bitch, don't talk to me. Like, she was very disrespectful to Lola. And real talk, Lola didn't have to say anything to her. I wouldn't have. But she real nice because I would have cussed. But Lola came back at her real straight because she was like, yo, you think you're going to beat JC Jane? She was like, you're not good enough qualified to beat her. And Lola Vice was like, girl, you better watch your fucking mouth. She said, excuse me? You better watch your mouth before you'll be out here walking around with one swift kick and I'll break your leg. You got a sprain, but it will be broken fucking with me. Lola walked away and she looked at her crazy. Now, remember that. In this match with JC Jane and Lola Vice, the two girls was going at it. This was a good match. Lola and JC put on a stellar match at No Mercy. I will hear no slander about either of these women and their performance in this match. And y'all know I don't give a damn about JC Jane. Okay? But that woman has done what she said she was going to do, which is be champion. Whether it be hook or crook, that heifer is champion. Okay? Now listen. In the end of this match, a hooded masked figure, as they called her, the bitch had titties, so it was a woman, okay? She brought her ass out there and kicked Lola Vice in the face. Then Lola got back in the ring and suffered a backhanded fist from JC Jane. Match over. Now, Lady ass did that shit, okay? You can't convince me otherwise that it was anybody else, and I don't give a damn what you're talking about. Lainey Reed was the one who did the shit. She did it, okay? She also was the one who attacked Jasmine Nix, okay? I just want that to be very clear. She did it. She motherfucking did it. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty of the final match, child. Lord have mercy. But before we even get to that, Nicole, is you ready for an invasion? Is you ready? I know Nicole was ecstatic when she heard about this invasion shit. Okay? I know she was ecstatic. We haven't seen Wesley in a minute. Is he taking time off? Is he injured? I don't know. Tony is getting called up. Yeah. Yeah, she the only one that do backstage correspondence that I know of. The other girl, I don't know her name. Well, joke was on her because I look cute with short hair, but it grew back fast. She got in trouble with her mom. So if I knew or saw her, I would have told her, congratulations, you played yourself. Period. Lola was being nice, then went back and checked her. Sure did. Got her ass together. You'll be. Did they get that man a catchphrase? He needs a hook. Caught out there. I know she cried. Lola has improved so much. It's crazy. I will give that lady her props. Because I was on her ass like white on rice. I will give that lady her props. She has really turned into a superstar. She will be champion at some point. I'm sad that she didn't get the title today because I thought they was going to pull the trigger. I really did. But then I remembered that Blake Monroe was still there. And I don't think Lola Vice is going to get that championship. I don't think she's going to get that championship. However, there is a championship in Lola's future. More than likely, Lola will maybe get the North American Championship at some point if she stays in NXT. But if she goes to the main roster, I'm of the school of thought that she could be U.S. champion or IC champion once Becky get tired of wallowing in the middle card division. With all that being said, I know Lola was in front of her family and friends today, so it could be, and it looked like she was crying, but it could have been tears of joy for her being able to perform in front of her family and her friends, and also tears of like disappointment because she wasn't chosen to be champion. But at the same time, you are still one of the top tier girls on that roster. There are very few women who could fuck with you in real life outside of the ring, so that is something to hold your head up. Plus your man, Damien got your back 20 grand. You feel me? So you ain't got nothing to worry about. Sis, hold your head up high and keep it stepping, keep it moving. Okay? JC Jane, you gonna get yours, bitch. It's coming. Okay? Do they play Jordan Grace in the title picture now? You mean Jordan Grace? I don't know. If I wouldn't. I would pull Jordan Grace up. I wouldn't put her in the title scene. I really wouldn't. Moving into the final match. Oh, she teared up. They announced the invasion, so let me tell y'all how this invasion is supposed to work for those of you who did not hear. October 7th is when they are going to have NXT Invasion. And then this invasion is going to be done Survivor Series style. They're going to have teams for the women and teams for the men. And there also will be a tag team match. But this the one you got to listen to very carefully. The tag team match is between Dark State and TNA. And it is winner take all. The Hardy Boys are facing off against Dark State. And if your motherfucking ass think for a minute that the Hardy Boys ain't walking away with the TNA championships and the NXT Tag Team Championships, you're crazy. They getting them goddamn titles. They are getting those titles. Do you hear me? Trust what I'm saying. It's happening. Now, the last title match that they announced was the doozy. Whoever won the match tonight for the NXT Championship will face off against Trick Williams to defend the NXT Championship, because that situation will also be a winner-take-all scenario. However, everybody is banned from ringside. Everybody. That means it'll just be Trick and Ricky, not Trick and Oba. And the reason why that is because Ricky Saints is your new NXT champion. Something about the way that they went about this shifted my view. Right when I saw this last interview with Obafemi, I sent it in the group chat. I was like, I'm starting to swing in Ricky Saints' favor, and I don't know why. Something is off here. Obafemi didn't give Ricky Saints no fucking play. He didn't listen to nothing he said. He didn't respect nothing he was putting down. He didn't do none of that. Obafemi acted as if Ricky Saints was just another notch in his belt. He did not deem him to be a threat. And that is the biggest oversight that he could have done in his entire career. He should have been looking at Ricky as one of his greatest adversaries, not because he could be him, but because Ricky Saints overwhelmingly believed that he could do whatever he wanted, that no matter what anybody says, he's going to will out every single time. And I'd be damned if that man isn't right. The problem is Obafemi got too comfortable and he was overconfident and he got busted. In this match, he dominated a lot of this match. But once Ricky was able to get the offense going, Obafemi could not compete against it. He got DDT'd 4 times. Once out on the damn announcer's table. Then he got DDT'd in the ring twice. Back to back. Laid out, got the pin. Obafemi lost his NXT championship, and Ricky Saints is now running the roost. You asked for a revolution, and it was televised. Ricky Saints is your new NXT champion. I knew he was going to get it. I knew it. As soon as I saw that interview, I said, I'm starting to think that Ricky is going to win this shit. Obafemi don't have no respect for Ricky Saints at all. He acted like he was just a blip on the radar. And that was a dangerous, misguided mistake. And it cost him his championship. Now, we are in the throes, honey. The throes of NXT. But I did not know that, Ash had to relinquish the TNA championship at Victory Road. I did not get to watch it. So when I found out and I saw the match between Myra Reed and Leon Slater, that match was amazing. Okay? It was sensational. Now, there was a triple threat between Zachary Wentz and Cedric Alexander, and this led to Zachary Wentz winning and beating Trey Miguel and Cedric Alexander. Frankie Kazarian ended up beating Steve Macklin, which I hate that for Steve Macklin because Steve Macklin deserved better than that. The System faced off against Order 4, and the System defeated Order 4 and Special Agent Zero. And Ash by Elegance had to relinquish her championship because she's no longer able to compete, and that she's going to be stepping away from in-ring competition, and she forfeited the Knockouts title. She did it tearfully, which I hate that for Ash. I don't know what's going on, but I hated that for her. So, and because of that, they decided to have wait a minute. Instead of the Knockouts World Tag Team match happening that night, they decided to move that to Impact on Thursday, and they were going to have a battle royal, and the final 2 knockouts will compete in a match later on tonight to crown the new Knockouts World Champion. The battle royal included Kaylani Jordan from NXT, Lei Ying Lee, Zaya Brookside, Danny Luna, Cassie Lee, Jessie McKay, Jody Threat, Maggie Lee, and Heather by Elegance. It came down to Kaylani Jordan and Lei Ying Lee, who faced off against each other, and the special guest referee was Indy Hartwell. This is where I'm starting to have some confusion. I didn't understand why Indy wasn't in the battle royal. I was confused. I was trying to understand why she was in there. I was like, why isn't she in the battle royal? Why is she the special guest referee? But Indy Hartwell promised that she was going to call that match right down the middle, and they waited till later on that night. Hometown Man and Matt Cardona went up against the Nimbus at Victory Road. Hometown Man and Matt Cardona beat the Nimbus. We had Mike Santana facing off against Ridge Holland, to which Mike Santana defeated Ridge Holland. And then later on, he was attacked by Trick Williams. Joe Hendry was injured, so he was named as questionable after his attack backstage. Moose was cleared after he sustained a head injury from Special Agent Zero. Mara Sade is out with a bruising injury, and Steve Macklin and Frankie Kazarian were both cleared to have their international championship match. Matt Hardy was also cleared to compete against AJ Francis that night. Moose went up against Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali beat Moose. They earned a hardcore war advantage at Bound for Glory. Joe Hendry faced off against Eric Young. He defeated Eric Young. And Matt Hardy defeated AJ Francis in a tables match. This is just ridiculous. Lei Ying Lee and Kaylani Jordan faced off against the Knockouts for the Knockouts World Championship, and Kaylani Jordan beat Lei Ying Lee. The Knockouts title is in NXT once again, and TNA y'all just can't win from losing. Jesus. Steve Macklin lost his international championship to Frankie Kazarian, and of course, they had to cheat. El Miesas showed up at the ringside to distract Steve Macklin. So he probably going to be at the next AAA event facing off against El Miesas. Then you had this stellar match between Myron Reed and Leon Slater for the X Division Championship. And Leon Slater was able to retain the X Division Championship. But Javon Evans is facing off against Leon Slater for the X Division title at Bound for Glory. Hold tight, y'all. I'm going to finish this up. Just hold on. Hey, babe.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve. time. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it.
Like a fair trade to me. If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside. Front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Rolling 80 wheels in a city. Riding on you. Gotta roll loyalty, gotta give and release. Spread your legs downtown, so I'm going out to eat. Hit the raw sounds when I rock up in your sleep. I'ma roll on the forever, let her roll on me. Split this one down the middle, wake up in harmony.
A claps. Don't close your eyes to get away. Just make my mind and I'll arrange it. Beautiful, girl, you're stainless. You'll be fine, I'll be painless, yeah. All I'm drinking is champagne. All you want is the same thing.
Yeah. The 10,000 building, get your ass an apartment, put you inside a G-class, that's just a starter kit. Plenty things count in life, but none of them is the thought of it. New piece around my neck, this chess games. Shorty stay with calculated moves like Beth Harmon. Swear I'm more purple rain prince than Prince Charming. Disappointment, I stay expecting it. The pessimist, gold medalists, flush the magnums just so they not collecting my specimens down.
A claps.
Child, I'm sorry. My nephew went to homecoming today, so I had to talk to him. I did one nephew's hair, and then I had a nephew going to homecoming. Okay. You got two things with NXT and TNA. You got Bound for Glory. Javon Evans is facing off against Leon Slater. And then you have Kaylani Jordan as the new Knockouts champion. It's getting real hectic around here. And that was it. That was the end of the show, but at Bound for Glory, Indy Hartwell is going to challenge Kaylani Jordan for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. It's about to get sticky icky around here. Okay, I might have to go get me a TNA membership so I can go watch, because baby, I needs to know what's going on. Okay, let me go back to some of these comments. Hold on, I went a little back too far. Nicole was talking about Invasion. She said that was the first pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view she ever went to. Oh, that's sweet, Nicole. But I knew this one was going to warm your heart a lot. Yeah, Lola picked up well. I thought she did absolutely sensational. I thought she did great. NXT No Mercy was a beautiful show, and it definitely outshined WrestlePalooza. And this is how you put on a PLE. This is how you work. This is how you make people be interested. Shawn Michaels, you're doing a banger of a job. Keep it up, fam. Because as long as you keep going like this, I'm going to keep watching. It's well worth the watch. Anywho, the other girl's name is Kelly, or sometimes Denise will come down. Okay. And JC was one of them girls for 5 years, so Lola stayed strong. That's true. JC Jane was not one of the girls that was at the top of the mountain. She was one of the girls who was considered to be a workhorse type of girl. She would get in, get done, put people over. She had a lot of matches, but JC wasn't given that title, and she's been in NXT for quite some time. So for her to now come full circle and be champion after being NXT tag team champion like twice, I believe, and for her to be flanked with Mandy Rose for over a year as champion and never having the chance to really get her hands on that title, it's not the end of the world when you come so close. It is an awakening that it will be sooner rather than later that you will have your time. And you just got to hold on and hold out. So, Lola, I will be expecting nothing but the best from your ass from here on out. So, are we getting Monday Night Oba or Friday Night Oba? I hope they do this Oba call up ASAP, not botch it like how WWE by making Trick Williams and Tony D'Angelo overstaying their time in NXT. Interesting. Tony D'Angelo hasn't been seen in NXT in months since he beat Stax and Luca. And then there was like, a little moment where somebody was talking to Tony and then it was gone in the vignette. I don't think that Oba or Trick have overstayed their welcome. I think when it comes to Trick Williams specifically, this deal with TNA is what's helping to build Mike Santana up to be the superstar that he is. Mike Santana is going to get that championship back from Trick Williams or Ricky Saints, however it looks. I'm hoping they didn't drop that damn championship to Ricky Saints from Oba just so he can drop it to Trick Williams, because that would piss me off. But I don't believe that Trick Williams being in NXT this long is that bad of an idea. The women sometimes stay in NXT for 6-7 years. JC Jane has been through 3 iterations of NXT. If I recall, she was there at the end of Black and Gold. She was there for NXT 2.0. And now she's in this version of NXT. She has been there for a minute. Matter of fact, that's 4 because they rebranded twice. From NXT 2.0, they went back to NXT. They had the colors with NXT, and now they're just NXT with, the silver lettering again. So she's been there through 4 changes in NXT. And she had to work her ass off to get that championship. Just because you've become a star or you're bigger in the company or in this section of the company doesn't mean you should be immediately called up. I would rather they stay in NXT, hone their skills on the microphone and in that ring, compete, have matches, have feuds. The more work you do, the better that you'll become. Pulling Obafemi before he was ready is a mistake. Obafemi just happened to be one of those guys who was sensational when he got there, and he continued his momentum, and he's not going to shift or change. He's an athlete at his core, but he's somebody who is gifted in just being a good character. He has a great character work, whether he's a face or an anti-hero or a heel, and he's good in the ring. He's gifted. There's a difference. Trick Williams had to be shaped and molded into a superstar. He had the gift of gab. He had the look, but he wasn't good in the ring, and he wasn't sensational going up against anybody in that ring either. It took a long time to turn Trick Williams into the wrestler that he is now. So pulling him before he's actually ready to go to the main roster can be a mistake. I think that keeping him in NXT is not a bad idea. He is not overshadowing anybody in NXT. He's not taking away an opportunity from anybody. He is working two shows in TNA and in WWE. And if you ask me, that working has helped bolster TNA so that people want to watch the show even more. They've become invested not only in Trick Williams being in TNA, but in TNA itself. So no, I disagree. I don't think that he was overstaying his welcome. I think that they're gonna pull them when they think that they're ready. I think Tony D'Angelo was ready a while ago, but they had to flush him out, remove his family, and give him an opportunity. When he gets to the main roster, we'll see. But we all know that the main roster doesn't operate the same way, and he may or may not get the same play on the main roster that he got in NXT. So, just saying. Not everybody. I bet he was like the Mighty Mouse looking guy can't beat me and the ruler, and then I'm the ruler, and then he got. That is exactly what happened. I knew something wasn't right. Something just fell off. Nicole was right. Something smelled funky. And she said, yeah, I was so sad. I hope Ash can make a speedy recovery. I agree. Okay. I need one more AJ Styles versus Frankie Kazarian match. Bound for Glory is perfect timing, don't y'all think? Bound for Glory is October 12th, if I recall. Yeah. AJ Styles won't be in town, baby. You see, Bound for Glory is October 12th. And Crown Jewel, pardon your comment, is October 11th. So unfortunately, while that may be something that you want to see, it is something that you simply will not be able to see because AJ Styles won't be in town to watch it. He most definitely will be facing off against none other than John Cena, a match that was requested and demanded by the fans, to which John Cena decided to honor. I've been noticing this mostly with the matches in WWE. Whenever it's straight up a one-on-one match, how come WWE books it like they need to insert a super long ref bump so that some no DQ spots can be done? This is stupid in my opinion. There were no ref bumps on this show at all. I mean, there were no ref bumps on this show. So I don't understand where that came from. But I'm sure you have examples of other matches, but there were no ref bumps on this show. This is stupid in my opinion. I feel like you put these comments in here so I could continue to keep getting distracted. Okay, I have examples of this. Io versus Rhea at Evolution this year, or Cena versus Orton at Backlash, or Punk versus Cena at Night of Champions. This is now very stupid and boring to watch. If you can't understand why these ref bumps happen in these matches, especially these specific matches that you're pointing out, then I have no desire to explain it or care to have a conversation about it. You're fully aware of why Rhea and Io's match had that ref bump. It was to set up Naomi cashing in. So you know exactly why things were happening. You knew that the ref was out for a specific reason. You know this. So I don't feel like I should have to explain why these things happen. It's a part of the matchup. It's a part of the story that's being told. If you're not wanting to watch that or you don't care about that, that's your business. But I don't think that it's boring. It's a trope that is used in all of wrestling. It's not just WWE. It's used everywhere. This is what I want to see. Lola's time she put up at AAA really helped her. That I agree with 1000%. I also watch High, so Grain of salt. I thought Tony had vignettes on SD. I ain't never seen Tony D'Angelo with no vignettes on SD. I have never. What? When? If they can find a place for him to fit in, then he's not overstaying his welcome. When Trick did that boxer gimmick, my God, he was bad. I watched the trenches. Okay. They use it as a crutch on the main roster, but it doesn't happen often on NXT. Well, it's just classic wrestling storytelling. That's the point I'm making. Like I said, grain of salt. Nigga, I thought you was being fucking. I'm like, when? When did he do this? Like, tell me something. Shit. What did I miss? You know, I was so confused. I was like, what? What? What are you talking about? Either way, y'all, it's about to be a fun time, okay? It is about to be a fun time. NXT is getting invaded by none other than TNA, and everybody has made their claim. Now, here's my problem with TNA. Like, why would you tell people that you're gonna invade? Why would you say that? Like, all of them was all on TV, just giving out all the information, telling folks everything, just girl, like, why are you telling me that? Why do I need to know that that you're gonna invade? Don't tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Let me see for myself. Don't tell me that. That's crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, everybody had a conversation about it. They all talked about it. But I'm gonna tell y'all the Bound for Glory card, the match card for Bound for Glory. Okay. Why do I feel like that might be true? And they still wasn't ready. TNA need to sneak attack and don't have to tell anyone, right? That's what I felt like they was gonna do. But they told them everything they was gonna do, and I was just like, ooh. We're gonna take away these No Mercy ones. Since No Mercy is in the books, they did advertise for Halloween Havoc. Halloween Havoc is coming on October 25th. NXT got a lot going on, babes. They got the invasion happening in like a week or so. 2 weeks, the invasion is coming, and then 2 weeks after that, they got Halloween Havoc. It's about to get filthy in TNA, okay? It's about to get filthy. Mm-hmm. All right. So Bound for Glory is TNA's big marquee show. This is their Mania style show. Okay. So Bound for Glory is October 12th. They're going to be in Lowell, Massachusetts. Sorry. And everybody is scheduled to be on the card. Okay. We got Matt Hardy versus the Dudley Boys in one final table match, I guess. And this is for the TNA World Tag Team Championships. These 4 old heads are going to be going at it again, which I'm not really excited to see, but it is what it is. The Call Your Shot Gauntlet match is happening. This match is an interesting match that TNA has. They usually it's mixed gender, if I recall, and anybody can get in this match. And if you happen to win, this gives you a guaranteed shot at any title that you want. Then we have the Hardcore War, Order 4 versus the System. And this is what Mustafa earned the advantage in this Hardcore War match. I low-key wish that it was a Monsters Ball match because I love their Monsters Ball matches. But it was a Hardcore War match that they're having at Bound for Glory. I don't know. I might buy this. I might buy this because I really want to see all of these matches. Kaylani Jordan is facing off against Indy Hartwell. Winner takes the TNA Knockouts World Championship. And like I told you, Leon Slater will be facing off against Javon Evans in the TNA X Division Championship. This match is surefire going to be a banger. Okay? I expect nothing less but sensational from these two. Also, right now, currently being inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame are the beautiful people, okay? And none other than the queen, the GOAT, Mickie James. They will be inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame this year. And congratulations to all three women on being inducted. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your match card. A spit roast. That is your match card for TNA's Bound for Glory. Like I said, Bound for Glory is October 12th. Okay. This is a Sunday. Right before that, we have Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel comes on at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning. Currently, the match card is set at Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins for the Crown Jewel Championship. Tiffany Stratton and Stephanie Vaquer for the Crown Jewel Championship for the women. And then you have AJ Styles and John Cena facing off against each other in a fan favorite match. Now, I want to tell y'all something. If you have Hulu Live Plus TV and you got Disney Plus and you got ESPN Select, I believe you can watch all of these PLEs. I don't think they are making it so you can't. I think you can watch the PLEs if you have if you have that package with Hulu. They also are getting ready to allow the packet people who have ESPN with a YouTube TV to be able to watch it as well. So all of that is coming. I'm sure some coupons will be coming down the pike soon. So just be on the lookout for stuff. And, don't sweat it, okay? If you can't watch it, it's not the end of the world, honestly. But, some people be watching it with a VPN through Netflix. But I ain't got nothing to do with that because I'm not doing that. And if that's what you're going to do, that's your business. I'm not going to tell you what to do, okay? I have nothing to do with that. But love you all. I appreciate y'all for coming over here and rocking with me and letting me yell at y'all for a little while when it comes to wrestling. NXT, you did your big one. I appreciate y'all for putting on such a beautiful show. It was so much fun to watch. It really just invigorated my love for NXT and why it is such a great brand and how Shawn Michaels has really taken it, reshaped it, and given it a whole new life. If you missed NXT No Mercy, you need to go and watch it. It is on Peacock. It is not on the ESPN app. It's on Peacock. And it's available now for replay because it's been about an hour or two. So it should be up for replay. Go watch it and just sit back, get yourself something to drink, something to snack on, and enjoy the fireworks because you're going to have an amazing time. Okay? Now, listen. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, listen, y'all. I have my Wrestle Eats video coming in October. It's going to be mid to late October, but it is coming. I also have some more content coming out, which you guys will see very, very soon. I want you guys to really interact with that content, and especially this one, because I'm working very, very hard on Wrestle Eats to get it out and get it rolling, because I just want this to be a fun time. I'm going to be cooking on here, and we're cooking wrestlers' cheat meals. And the first episode for cheat meals is pizza. We are making several different types of pizza. The second episode for Wrestle Eats is going to be Wrestle Eats Cheat Meals Volume 2, and it's going to be sweets. Okay? So we got a lot to talk about and a lot to do. If you guys want me to do a Q&A during Wrestle Eats, then you got to go on my community tab and put your question on the community tab. Don't forget, because if you don't, I'm just going to generate a bunch of questions and ask them questions that I generate. Whatever the generator tell me to answer, I'm going to do that. Okay? But make sure you guys follow me, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, everything is always scrolling at the bottom on the banner. You can always support for free by subscribing. We don't have memberships over here just yet, because I want y'all to be able to partake in everything. And I didn't really like people paying for things and they didn't have. Oh, that's cool. You didn't take pictures with your friend? I forgot. This one's cool, Junior. I like that one. I'm gonna keep it. Thank you. Anyways, make sure you guys follow me over here, so when it goes live, you guys can have all the deets and everything. But if you want to support the channel, you can. Memberships are closed for now, because I don't want you guys paying for things and there's nothing up there that you really, can really sink your teeth into and say that is absolutely yours. Okay, so for now, we got the memberships down, but you can always support the channel by just donating. Donate to the Cash App. It will help. Listen, I spend $100 to $150 on software to keep my live streams going and to record things every day. Okay? And I do it for free. I do not get paid. Okay? So if you want to support, you definitely can. If you don't, free 99 support is cool. Like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the notifications so you can make sure that you are seeing everything you're supposed to see. Okay? I love you guys to pieces, and I'll see you guys on Monday after Monday Night Raw. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.